Welcome everyone, cycling custodian here. Just finished a big bike ride, so my legs are a bit stiff, my hips are a bit sore, and I am going to run you all through the leg stretch program I do to alleviate some of that soreness in the hips and the medial aspect of your thighs and lateral aspect as well. So let me go change my clothes and I will be right back. And I'm back. So this particular series consists of about 5 different stretches. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This first one is a modified version of pigeon pose in yoga. I call it pigeon post because as we bring, I'm gonna do my left leg. So as I bring my left leg around, my right hand is going to come underneath that ankle, okay? So it actually creates this post here that keeps this leg from sliding back and isolates the stretch a little bit more for your glutes and periformoris here in the back. So as you work your toes back toward the wall and support with the left hand, I am going to take a big deep breath. Go ahead and inhale. And on the exhale, we're just going to fold forward, resting down into the elbow, keeping that tension back into the hip. And let's take another deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. See if we can rest our head on our arm. And the last one, inhale. And exhale, working those toes back toward the wall and really setting into that hip now. And exhale. Good. And to come out, inhale, pressing into the knee, release the hand, release the foot. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one is a hurdler. So we are going to put our left leg back, toes pointing out. And for the first part of this, we are going to try to reach out and touch the right foot with the left hand, okay? So this will stretch the hamstrings a little bit. This isn't the focus. This is more to kind of get acclimated to the stretch. If you only reach your knee, that's fine. Where your ankle, also fine. So I'm going to come out here, supporting with the right hand. Take one breath here. And exhale. Good. So now we're going to reach back and around. Okay. I'm going to put my left palm on my left heel, and the right hand's going to be out, still supporting me. So now we take a big deep breath. Exhale, dropping back. If you can, come to both elbows. If you can't, just stay in that position as long as you can, or as long as you need to, rather. And let's take another deep breath here. And exhale, dropping back. If you can, laying all the way back onto the ground. And we're going to go one more big deep breath. And exhale. Now if you have a lot of pain, a lot of tension in the hip, I like to pat, give it a little bit of a tap. It helps to redirect the attention and it loosens up the muscles pretty well. So if you have like a really excruciating pain, maybe back off a little bit and give it a bit of a tap. Okay? So, sitting back up here. Go ahead and flip the leg out and around. Now the counter pose for this, we want to put our left shin right above our right knee, okay? So as we come back, make sure that the shin's down far enough to where you can actually see the knee over your shin bone, okay? So we're gonna lace our fingers. Our head, shoulders, back, and tailbone should be flat up against the ground. And from here, we're just gonna be pulling with the arms toward the chest, okay? So you don't wanna sit up and curl into it. Keep everything nice and flat. So let's take a big deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, gently pulling the knee towards you. And let's go again, keeping that tension. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And inhale, dropping the heel back down to the ground and releasing that leg. Okay? So that's the first 3 stretches. For the last 2, you need a wall. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition myself and meet you right back here. Okay, so now that we found our wall, these next 2 stretches are really good for the quads and for the hip flexors. So to start it off, I'm going to start with my right knee. Right knee needs to go in the corner with the top of the foot being flat up against the wall in this kind of sprinter start position. So from here, what we want to do is actually swing this leg out and around, okay? So I'm going to come out, work my foot over. Then, if that's really hard for you, just work your way into it gradually. Use the breath to guide the movement. And even if you can only get down to here, that's fine. But work your way up eventually to where you can straddle your foot with your hands. Okay, so now you want to make sure that this ankle is under this knee. If it's too far back, it's going to hyperflex your knee, and that is not good for the underlying structures. So make sure it's right underneath, ankle, knees in line. So from here, we'll take our big deep breath, inhale, and on the exhale, trying to work our way up to where we can get our left hand on top of our left knee, okay? Now we're going to inhale, exhale. Now I've got both hands on our knees. Just remember to work your way gently into the positions that you can. If you can't move this fast, that's fine. Just take a few more breaths. And last one here, take a big deep breath and exhale. Pressing with the toes back toward the wall, really feeling the hip flexors and the quad open up on this guy here. And inhale, relaxing back down into that straddle position. Now the second stretch, you can keep your knee right where it's at. You actually want to step on top of your hand. Okay, so you're going to use your toes and your hands to create this block here, so your knee doesn't actually want to swing out. And what we're going to do is just wiggle our toes forward just a tiny bit. And from here, we're going to inhale. And on the exhale, we're actually shifting our weight forward and really opening up that hip. You might feel a bit of a burn, a tingle. If you do, just back off a tiny bit. And we're going to do 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, really sinking into it, dropping into that hip. Remember, slow, controlled movements. And one more big breath in as deep as you can. And exhale. And inhale. Back up. And release. Okay? So, those are the 5 steps
stretches that I do after I do anything really intensive that involves my quads. So that could be cycling, it could be squats, it could be sprinting, or whatever it is that you're doing lots of quad work. I highly recommend stretching after, not before, because stretching before can actually predispose you to injury due to having more hypermobile joints, as opposed to gradually warming up with what would be dynamic stretching. So those are the 5 stretches that I do. Obviously you want to repeat both that whole sequence on the opposite side as well, so you can even balance. And if there's if you guys have any comments, any questions, please just put it down below in the comments. If you would like me to shoot any other videos, also let me know. I'll be putting a whole bunch more stuff up here in the coming weeks. So if you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, many blessings all.